free is exactly the word that Ivan Toney has used in his latest tweet, because free suggests that after being out of football, and we know why he's been out of football, of course, Ivan Toney is now free to play for Brentford again, Danny, after this 8-month betting ban that he has endured. What lies ahead for Ivan Toney and Brentford? Certainly Brentford boosted, no doubt, at this stage in the proceedings by his return.
Oh, huge for them. They've had a little bad run, haven't they, when they lost Mbumo. Him and Wissa were doing all right without Toney for a brief period and looked to be consolidating mid-table.
Oh, they need
and
him.
now they've gone on a bad run, so it's
One
a
win in 10.
huge boost for them. Huge boost for Toney as well, because he'll been driving himself demented not playing football when you love playing so much. So I can't wait to see how he is. Physically, he should be okay because he's been able to train properly. He's not been hampered by an injury. It's just the fact he can't play. So you can do all the right work. I mean, nothing quite ever gets you into the Premier League pace, if you like.
Yeah.
I'm excited to see how he does. I think it would have been a risk for one of the big boys to go and spend huge money on him at this point, because you might not get the fruits of his labour till next season. So I would wait. If I do think he could be for us, I'd wait and see how he comes back.
Is he as sharp, Danny, in the next match he plays in as he was in the last match that he plays in? Well, or does it take time?
Sometimes you can have adrenaline gets you through the first one or two, and you feel like you're walking on air, and then the reality kicks in, and you start feeling a little bit tired because of the intensity of the games. But it's hard to tell, because not many times. I remember Rio coming back from when he got banned, and he looked really good straight away. I think he actually scored in his first game.
Yeah,
it was the Liverpool game.
We've got two precedents, haven't we? Rio and Eric Cantona.
Yeah, and he came back all right as well.
Indeed.
So I don't think the physical aspect will be a problem. I think sometimes it's just strikers scoring goals, which is the hardest thing to do. It's rhythm and confidence as well as physical ability.
Yeah.
So that might be
a hat-trick against the under-23s of Southampton, didn't he, the other day?
Yeah, well, I probably could have. But
does this get forgotten about, though, Simon? Ivan Toney comes back and he's playing in the Premier League again. Ivan Toney. Oh, yeah, the guy that got done for the betting charge.
Yep.
Is that it? Is he tagged with that for all time?
Well,
is that going to stick for the rest of the career that he has?
Depends what kind of society you want to live in. I mean, he's paid his dues. He's suffered the consequences of his behaviour. So have his club, by the way, which they are not party to.
Some would argue a heavy sentence.
Irony that he plays for a football club whose owner is in that field. But the point is that he's served his sentence. We can't not live in a redemptive society. We can't not live in one. He will ultimately cause concerns for those that might buy him, because his character comes into play. What kind of character is he? You're buying a player. Brentford will want to. His player's going. It's a matter of when he goes and how the deal. If you've signed with a new set of agents in Manasseh and Barnett, they're going to want to monetize it. So are other people around him. So this transaction has to work for everybody. A lot of people that probably want to feed off this particular teat. And so I hope Brentford are looked after properly in this transaction. But the point is, I think Toney is a very, very good player. And I think he'll be a handful when he gets back in the division. He'll have a lot to prove. He want to set his sights on trying to get into the European Championship squad.
Absolutely.
He'll want to secure a big move to a bigger football club, whether it's the Arsenals, Chelsea's, Liverpool's, any of these clubs. Man United's he can play for, he's good enough. And so I think that we shouldn't be hanging that, but we will. That's what will happen, because that's what we do. That's how it works in society. Once you've done something, you never get to escape it. You walk in the dressing room once, give the manager telling off.
People like you bring things up about me that I said years ago. You never let me forget it.
No,
I mean,
that's not judging your character. That's judging the ridiculousness of your observation at the time.
Exactly, Danny. We're just quoting what you said in court at the time.
Jim White and Simon Jordan. Monday to Friday mornings from 10 on AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.